ought to catch you by surprise. With Tartar Control Crest, you really can have it all together.
Tartar Control Crest. It works harder because it fights tartar.
Rocky IV's Punch, Monday at 6:30.
What are you doing in here? Can't you read? This room's off limits.
All right, Danny.
Oh, I didn't recognize you, Miss Denning.
It's okay.
Well, the police don't want people tramping in and out of here. But seeing as how you're his daughter and all, well, how is your father doing?
It's no change. He's still in a coma.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Miss Denning. Nobody around here was sorrier than I was to hear what happened. Is there anything I can do, anything at all?
You can help me find out who shot my father.
Well, who isn't at lunch? All right, then, is there someone down in forensics that I can talk to? Dr. Lindy or Dr. Chase? No? I didn't think so. Look, I'll tell you what. You just have Lieutenant Ames call Tyler McCandless as soon as he checks in. You think you can handle that much? Man.
More dead ends?
So far, nothing but. Oh, don't worry about it, Thomas. This is not your problem. Listen, you were saying something to me about Mom needing to see a therapist.
Oh, yeah, Tyler, she needs some counseling.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You do? Good. So I want to talk to you about it first. And I'll talk to her about it this afternoon. I wanted to recommend the same doctor that treated Julie. Oh, I'm sorry, Tyler, I wasn't thinking.
What for? It's not your fault Julie ran away.
Still no word?
No. And it's driving me crazy because I don't know how much time to spend looking for Julie or whether I should focus everything on who could have shot Mark.
Well, I'm afraid you're going to have to trust your instincts on this one, Tyler.
Well, that's easy to say. But you know something? You know something? It may all be part of the same search. If I can find out who shot Mark, I may be on the road to finding how to get Julie back home.
You have no idea how long Senator Denning will remain unconscious?
Your guess is as good as mine. He could remain in this state for another year, or he could open his eyes right now.
What about those sounds he's been making? Do they mean anything?
I'm afraid not. The odd word or phrase seems to be almost a conditioned reflex in cases like this, but it doesn't mean he's any closer to full recovery.
I'd give anything to know what he's dreaming about right now.
Golly.
Not just makeup and dirt.
Million women believe in every day. Oil of Olay.
Hey. I didn't expect you back till tonight.
Ah, Washington's crazy. There are rumors flying around about the shooting. The press are trying to interview anybody who had anything to do with, Mark. Reporters were knee-deep outside my office.
Did you see Sloan?
Yeah, she was at the hospital. Mark's still in a coma.
I'm so sorry.
So am I. Hi. You know, Mark and I haven't always seen eye to eye. But he's a good senator. And he's been a wonderful father to Sloan.
How is Sloan doing?
Well, I can really tell. She was very cold to me, but I'm glad I went anyway. Hey, come here.
What?
The ultimate irony. Come on, sit.
What?
This, my darling, is my fan mail.
You're kidding.
Here I was, prepared to give up everything for love, steeling myself for the boos and hisses of my constituents, and, listen to this one. It's amazing. When I listened to your speech tonight, I just broke down. I think any man who's willing to do what you're doing just to be with his child and the woman he loves is more than okay in my book.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, pick one, anyone. I mean, according to Maggie, the response to my speech is running 5-1 in my favor.
I can't believe this. Oh, listen to this one. I just want to say God bless you for having the courage to do what you knew in your heart was right. They love you. They're behind you all the way.
They're You, Scotty, and me.
Darling, does this mean that maybe you still have a chance for the Senate nomination?
No. Harrington's already got that one told up, but we're still not out of the game, Kelly. Not by a long shot.
Boy, things can change so fast, huh?
Yeah, it's a little humbling. I mean, I was so focused on the assumption that my political career was over, but I didn't take into account the people.
Well, obviously they still want you. They still believe in you, maybe more than ever.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Maggie says.
Well, I think you had a lot going for you from the very start. I mean, you never lied to the public. You stood up there and you said what was in your heart.
Yeah, I know, but what amazes me is that they all seem to understand why I did what I did.
Well, people love family, Trey. I mean, when you said you wanted to be a father to your son, that's when I think you won them over.
No, I think it's even more than that. Listen here. This is beautiful. You're too young to remember this, but I, for one, haven't been this moved since the Duke of Windsor gave up his crown to marry the woman he loved. That's why I did it, Kelly. Because I love you.
Trey, do you know how I feel right now?
How?
I feel like I did when we first made love. When everything was possible. And the whole world belonged to us.
Oh, it still does. Oh, no.
It's probably the mailman wanting a commission. Charity, come on in.
I can't stay. I just came to say goodbye.
Danny, maybe there is something you can do for me.
You name it.
On the morning that my father was shot, do you remember what time my mother arrived here to have her lunch with Josh Harrington?
Oh, I remember everything about that morning. Who could forget?
Okay, she was supposed to be here around noon. Now, was she on time?
Well, let's see. I was upstairs just before. It was about 11:45 or so. I remember because I ran into Senator Harrington. He was on his way to your father's room to congratulate him on the wedding.
Okay, and then what?
Well, I had to get back downstairs. I was covering the desk and the switchboard that morning.
Did any phone calls come in from my father?
Not that I remember. There was one call for Senator Harrington. I told the party he was in Senator Denning's room. And just about then, Mrs. Denning arrived. No, it must have been a few minutes after that, because Senator Harrington was already downstairs.
Wait a minute, Danny. You said that there was a call for Senator Harrington, and you told the caller that Harrington was in my father's room?
That's right. I offered to transfer the call, but the party hung up. Well, just as well, I guess, because Senator Harrington never did make it to your father's room.
Danny, did you mention this phone call to the police?
No, I didn't see any percentage in it. The police didn't seem too interested in Senator Harrington's calls.
Do you have any idea who this caller was?
No, didn't give a name. I didn't get a chance to find out. But it was a woman, I could swear to that.
Now, Danny, this is important. Did she actually ask to speak with Josh Harrington?
No, not exactly. Funny not to mention it. She asked me could I tell her where Senator Harrington was. When I told her, she just hung up.
Why hasn't the man called me back? I'm gonna call the Metro.
Oh, wait a minute, Tyler. You're not gonna do Mark or Julie any good keeping this pace up.
I can't help it, Thomas. Mark is laying in a hospital bed, maybe dying. Julie and Allison are God knows where, and I can't do a damn thing about it.
Maybe you're spreading yourself too thin. Look, Tyler, let the police handle Mark's shooting. You concentrate on nailing Harrington and getting Julie and Allison back home.
But it may be the same investigation.
What, do you think Harrington shot Mark?
Well, that's my theory. I think I'm going to be able to have a chance to prove it, too. The committee has appointed me to investigate Mark's shooting on behalf of the Senate, in cooperation with the Metro Police, of course. Lieutenant Ames seems to think that Paula Denning or Jarrett Morgan are the most likely suspects, but I'm not buying it.
Or you have some evidence fitting Harrington into the crime scene?
Not yet, but I know more about Harrington than the police do. He's hand in glove with the syndicate, for starters. He's already killed somebody to save his reputation once. Why wouldn't he do it again? And I tell you one thing, Thomas. I hope he did pull that trigger. Because if he did, I'm going to nail his hide to the wall, and I'm going to save my family.
Anything I can do to help?
No. No, Thomas, listen, you take care of Mom, okay? Because I don't think I'm going to be able to be around much.
Yeah, well, it's time for Mom's medication if she's awake.
I'm just waiting for Ames to call back, then I'm gone.
Good luck.
Josh Harrington has to be stopped.
Why do you have to be the one to stop him?
Because I am so close, Judy. So close, and Harrington knows it. That's why he's threatened us. He's desperate.
I hate him. I have never hated anyone as much as I hate Josh Harrington. I wish he was dead. And I am not going to let him take Elsa away from us. I'll do anything to stop him.
McCandless,
Tyler, I am so glad you're there. It's Sloan. Can you get over here right away?
well, where are you?
Oh, I'm at the Lincoln Club. I think I found something that may lead us right to the person who shot my father.
Most pantyhose put me in a pinch, but this is just my size.
Just My Size Pantyhose by Legs. If you're tall or full-figured, now you can get all the living room you need.
My pantyhose always felt tight, but with just my size, I could dance away the night. You'll find just...
One complete toothpaste.
Aquafresh fights plaque.
Regular, day after day. No other fiber laxative has fruit fiber. Not Metamucil, not Fiberol.
New Correctol natural grain with fruit fiber. That's for me.
Correctol makes it for us.
Goodbye? What are you talking about? Come in here.
No, Kelly, really, I'm in a hurry. I just didn't want to rush off and have you worry.
Come in, Jordy.
I'm interrupting.
No, excuse the mess, okay?
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you too.
No, not at all. Listen, I'm gonna go upstairs and do a draft on all this, and I'll leave you two to catch up. Okay. Make it yourself at home, Charlie.
Sure. Well, looks like things are back to normal around here. I'm happy for you, Kelly. I really am.
Never mind about that. Now, what's this about leaving? Where are you going?
I have to get out of town.
You're in trouble?
I don't want to get you involved.
I am your friend. What have you done? This is about Glenn, isn't it? You've still been trying to find out how he died.
This time it looks like I've been just a little too gutsy.
Oh, my God. Have you done one of those break-and-entry jobs?
No. Kelly, look. I was right all along. I know how Glenn was murdered. His plane was deliberately sabotaged, and I know who did it.
This is not a game of hide-and-seek. Now, you got to go to the police and tell them what you know.
With no proof? No, the police can't help me.
All right, well, Trey will be able to help you. I'm going to go up there, get him down, you tell him everything. He'll at least be able to give you some protection.
No, listen. I don't want my friends involved in this.
I am already involved. You think I'm going to sit here and let you get yourself killed?
That is not going to happen. I'm just going to lay low until all this blows over, and then I'll come back. I promise.
I don't like the idea of you wandering around alone out there with some hired killer after you.
I've gotten out of tighter spots. I'll get out of this one.
Oh, how? Without involving the police? Charity, who's after you?
I can't tell you that. But the good news is I'm not alone. A lot of people are after this guy, and they'll get him, and when they do, I'll come home. You'll see. Now, I've got to go.
No, listen. Hey, call me every day and let me know you're all right.
I can't take the chance. Somebody may find me. But you can do something for me.
Anything. You know that.
You and Trey be happy. You've earned it. Promise me.
All right, I promise.
Okay, and kiss Scotty for me and tell him Charity will be back very soon, okay?
I told you this morning when you called that we have no comment. Now goodbye. Darn thing hasn't stopped ringing. Well, the telephone didn't wake you up, did it?
No, I wasn't sleeping. Have you seen my car keys?
Geez, you're not going out.
Yeah, I'm going to the hospital to see Mark.
Oh, no, you're not. And I talked to the doctor just a little while ago, and Mark's condition has not changed. Now, you can worry about him just as much from here as you can from down there.
Dad, he needs me, okay?
Clarissa, Take a look at yourself. You're exhausted. You can't do Mark any good if you get sick.
I am not going to get sick, okay?
That's right, because you're staying right here. Now, you can telephone the hospital as much as you want to, but I am not letting you out of my sight. Did you sleep at all last night, honey?
No, not really. I keep having this bad dream. I lie down for a moment, and then the next thing I know, I wake up in a cold sweat.
Well, whatever it was, it's just a dream. It can't hurt you. You want to tell me about it?
I don't remember. I'm just afraid to go to sleep because I know that if I do, it'll come back.
Oh, you're up. Good. I checked in a little while ago and you're still sound asleep.
Why don't I fix us all a nice pot of tea?
Sounds good. Hey, Nana, how's she doing?
Not good. She's having nightmares.
Tyler was here a little bit ago. Mom? Listen. We're all worried about you getting through this. And, Tyler and I were thinking that maybe you should see a therapist.
I don't need anyone. I don't need a therapist. There's nothing wrong with me. All I need is Mark.
Mom, you suffered a terrible shock. Now, maybe a therapist could help you work through your feelings about this.
I do not need a therapist to tell me how I feel. I feel just fine.
Well, you're not fine. Look, Mom, you're in trouble, and I want to help.
All right. Then bring Mark back to me. You're a doctor. Just bring Mark back.
If there's any change in the senator's condition, you can call me at this number. Someone can always reach me.
I'll keep you posted.
Are you sure he's not trying to tell us something?
I know it looks like that, but he's still deeply unconscious. We'll never know what's going through his mind right now.
Thanks, Doc. Julie.
Oh, tired feet, oh, Christmas feet, this endless shopping has me beat.
This year, give the gift of comfort. Give her Isotoner Comfort Slippers. The unique fabric gently shapes to her foot for a soothing barefoot fit. They're a treat for tired feet.
And discover your
giant food that's really
Listen, Mom, you know what we were talking about before? I'm really sorry if I upset you. It's your decision, of course. I just think you might benefit from talking to somebody. And the woman I recommended is the one who helped Julie, and I think you'd like her.
I'll get it.
Hello, Mr. Tyler. My name is Reno Ames. I'm investigating the Denning shooting for the Metro Police.
Oh, yes, Lieutenant. What can I do for you?
Well, actually, it's Mrs. McCandless I'd like to see.
Well, under any other conditions, my daughter would be very
Dad, who
obliged.
is it?
It's Lieutenant Ames from Metro. He wants to talk to you.
Show him in. Lieutenant, I'm Clarissa McCandless. This is my son, Thomas.
How do you do?
Would you like some tea?
No, thank you. Mrs. McCandless, I want you to know how very sorry I am about what happened.
Yes, well, we all are. Thank you.
Did you see or talk to Senator Denning on the morning before the shooting?
No. As you know, it's tradition for the bride and groom not to see one another until the bride walks down the aisle.
I understand. Did you know that Jarrett Morgan paid a call on your fiancée earlier that morning?
Jarrett? No, I didn't know that.
Mrs. McCandless, what is your relationship to Jarrett Morgan?
We were friends.
Were?
We are friends.
Nothing more.
Lieutenant, I don't understand what you're asking me.
Look, Lieutenant Ames, my mother's been through an awful lot. Can this wait?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid not. The longer we delay, the less chance we have of catching the person who shot Senator Denning.
You okay, Mom?
Sure.
Mrs. McCandless, you said you and Jarrett Morgan were nothing more than friends. Yet during his visit to Senator Denning's, they were arguing about you. Do you have any idea why?
No. How could I? Why do you keep going on and on about Jarrett Morgan? He and Mark barely knew one another. And why would he want to kill Mark? You should be chasing after the criminals that Mark was investigating. They're the ones who have the motives, not Jarrett Morgan.
I'm interested in Mr. Morgan because he was present in Mark Denning's room shortly before the senator was shot. He may have been the last person to have seen your fiancée before the shooting.
Oh, what about Josh Harrington? He had the room right across the hall. And by his own admission, he was listening at the door. Is he a suspect, too?
Not anymore. We can pinpoint the time of the shooting, and Harrington's alibi rules him out.
Well, why, you're so busy exonerating people, you can go right ahead and rule out Jarrett Morgan. Because I know, I know that he could not have shot Mark.
So, according to Danny, the woman who called didn't want to speak with Josh Harrington. She just wanted to know where she could find him.
Okay, well, which leads us where?
Right back here. Don't you see? The person could have been gunning for Josh Harrington, not my father.
Then why shoot Mark?
I think that it was a case of mistaken identity. See, the person came here expecting to find Josh Harrington here in this room.
Okay, then what? He comes up to the room.
No, she. Danny said it was definitely a woman who called.
Fine. She comes up to the room, but when she gets in, she's going to realize her mistake and turn around and leave. Oh, unless, from the position Mark's body was in when I found him, he must have been standing over here at the desk talking on the phone like this, with his back facing the door.
Okay, and here I am, all right? I come to the door. I see the back of your head. Now, both my father and Josh Harrington have gray hair, so in the heat of the moment, that could be a very easy mistake to make. So she just takes aim, and she fires.
You know something, Sloan? I think you're onto something here. Now all we have to do is find a woman who hated Josh Harrington enough to want him dead.
Mrs. McCandless, I'm sorry if I upset you, but I'm just as interested in you or in finding the person who shot your fiancé.
Excuse me, but I have to answer the phone. Hello?
Hello, Clarissa?
Julie?
I didn't know. I just read the paper. I just heard about Mark. I am so sorry. I'm so terribly
Cats have changed their tune because Meow Mix has improved.